Marriage would totally ruin my 20s. Those words still echo through my head 6 months later. The acoustics in Baltimore's Rawlings Conservatory are remarkable. Every syllable bounced off the glass panels, past the orchids I had spent 3 weeks coordinating, past the elderly couple frozen on the bench behind us, straight into my chest. I am Jude, 32, energy efficiency engineer. I work with numbers and thermal calculations, things that follow rules. I thought relationships worked the same way if you paid attention and cared enough. Sienna and I met 2 years ago at that same conservatory. She was sketching tropical plants for her art students. I was calculating thermal data for the restoration project. She asked to show me her drawings. We kissed under those orchids, the same ones I had later kneel beside with a ring. The proposal took months to plan. 2 in the afternoon on a Tuesday, because that is when light hits the glass perfectly. The curator knew me by name. Her favorite orchids were positioned along the path. A photographer waited discreetly nearby. When I dropped to one knee, my heart raced so hard I barely heard my own words. I looked up and saw her face change, not with joy, with panic. Then she laughed, full and clear, bouncing off every panel. "Oh my God, Jude. You are serious. Marriage would totally ruin my 20s. I am 25. We talked about this, had we?" She had mentioned traveling, staying open to possibilities, not locking herself down yet. I thought that was normal caution, not fundamental opposition. The elderly couple behind us sat motionless. The woman's hand covered her mouth. I felt their pity radiating through the humid air. I closed the ring box. The snap echoed. "I understand. Thank you for being honest." I thanked the staff on my way out. They had worked so hard. It wasn't their fault. Sienna followed me to the parking lot, talking fast about loving me, keeping things as they were, me being dramatic. I watched her mouth move and felt like I was behind thick glass. That night I slept on my sister Maya's couch. She handed me a beer and stayed quiet. Next morning I returned the ring. 70% refund, the rest a custom work fee. I drove to our apartment while Sienna was out and left a note on the counter. "We want different futures. Please don't contact me." I packed 2 duffel bags and requested a transfer to my firm's Seattle office. 3 days to process. By Monday, I had an apartment lined up, belongings shipping, and a one-way flight booked. I blocked Sienna everywhere: phone, email, Instagram, LinkedIn. Maya promised to handle any contact attempts. Seattle was gray and wet and perfect. Nobody knew me. I learned bus routes, found a coffee shop opening at 6, buried myself in work. Thermal bridging analysis, energy modeling, clean problems with quantifiable solutions. 6 months passed. I had started sleeping through the night, went on a few dates. The ache had dulled to something manageable. Then came Monday morning's project kickoff. New client, big contract, 15 people on Zoom. Our project manager Ari introduced the communications contractor. A face I knew better than my own appeared in the top row. "Hi everyone, I am Sienna Reed. I will be handling all stakeholder communications for this project. Really excited to collaborate." Professional smile. Composed. Like we were strangers. I muted my mic and stared. My coffee went cold. Maya's going to lose her mind. Update 1, the call ended at 10. By 10:15, I was with Ari and our HR director Lauren, laying it out clearly. Prior relationship ended 6 months ago. She knows I relocated. Obvious conflict of interest. Lauren asked for documentation. I had it. Apartment lease screenshots with both names, photos with metadata, the note I had left, which I had photographed. Transfer request emails mentioning personal circumstances. "You came prepared," she said. "I am an engineer. Documentation is what I do." She reviewed the contract. Sienna's agency was independent, not direct employee. More flexibility there. I could stay under strict firewall protocols, no one-on-one interactions. Everything through Ari or documented. That afternoon, a group email arrived from Sienna. Subject: "Let's be adults about this." 3 paragraphs about professionalism, respecting boundaries, past relationships not interfering with opportunities. It sounded reasonable, but I knew her tells. The phrasing, the formal tone when she wanted something. This was narrative establishment. I forwarded it to Lauren without comment. Wednesday evening I had a site visit at the Fairmont Olympic. Post-renovation assessment. Thermal imaging in the lobby. Then I heard her voice. Jude. Hey. Sienna stood 5 feet away in a green jacket. I recognized from Baltimore. She looked tired. I am working. Me too. Meeting with the client's communications director. Crazy coincidence, right? The client's office was 4 blocks away in a different building. Not coincidence. I need to finish this assessment. Can we just talk for 5 minutes? I came all this way, you followed me. I got offered a contract. I didn't know you were here until I saw the team list. Her agency has 12 offices. Seattle is one. Somehow on a project with 60 contractors, she lands where I am lead engineer. This conversation is over. I walked toward the elevator. She followed. You blocked me everywhere. You wouldn't let me explain. The doors opened. I stepped inside. Maya told you not to contact me. You agreed. That was 6 months ago. People change. The doors closed. I documented everything. The moment I got home, date, time, location, exact dialogue. Sent it to Lauren. Thursday morning, another meeting. Lauren, Ari, someone from legal. They had reviewed everything. The email, the lobby incident, the pattern. The client's been notified. Her agency is implementing immediate separation protocols. I felt tired more than relieved that evening. Maya called. Mom saw weird Facebook comments on her photos asking about you. Fake profile but familiar writing style. Block it. Already did. But Jude, this is escalating. Friday afternoon my phone buzzed. LinkedIn notification. Sienna had posted a long essay about workplace dynamics and gender bias. Didn't name me, but details were unmistakable. Male colleagues leveraging past relationships to control women's careers. HR protecting men at women's expense. Invisible ways women get pushed out. 3 project people liked it within an hour. 1 commented support. I screenshotted and sent to Lauren by Monday. Sienna was reassigned to a different project. Her agency sent formal apology to the client. The LinkedIn post disappeared, though screenshots had circulated internally. Tuesday afternoon I found an envelope in my mailbox. No return address. Handwritten. Sienna's distinctive slanted script with those looped capital J's. I stared at it for 20 minutes. Called Lauren about protocol for unsolicited contact. Don't open it. Log it sealed. We may need it for documentation. I filed it away. That night, a Facebook message from an unrecognized account. Profile photo, sunset, name, Ocean Wanderer, message. You always did run away when things got difficult. I blocked and documented. Wednesday brought another message. Different account, same tone. Did you tell HR I followed you? That is paranoid even for you. I stopped reading, just screenshotted and blocked. Thursday, a package arrived at my office. Small, flat, brown paper wrapping, printed labels, no return address. Inside, a pressed orchid perfectly preserved on cardstock. No note, just the orchid. I knew which one. From the Conservatory, her favorite variety. I documented everything, photographed it. Logged delivery time through building mail system. Late that night, Seattle rain hitting the windows. I kept thinking about that orchid, about hours in the Conservatory, her sketching while I worked. Easy silence. Then I remembered her laugh bouncing off glass. Standing there with that ring, strangers watching. I deleted the orchid photo. Then went through my archive and deleted every picture of her. Except one, candid from the day we met. She is looking at her sketchbook. Absorbed afternoon, light filtering through glass behind her. I don't know why I kept it. Maybe as proof she was real once, that we were real before everything broke. Maybe some evidence you are not ready to destroy yet. Update 2, I met someone. Rowan, 33, coastal engineer working on shoreline restoration. We met at a Puget Sound beach cleanup. Ari dragged me, said I needed activities beyond work and staring at walls. Rowan coordinated volunteer crews with calm authority that reminded me of Maya. After filling 15 trash bags, she asked about coffee. We talked sediment transport, wave dynamics, Seattle's terrible water management. First, real conversation in months where I didn't perform normalcy. She didn't ask about my past. I didn't volunteer it. Third date. I told her everything. The proposal, relocation, workplace situation, harassment pattern. Rowan listened without interrupting. That sounds exhausting. Are you handling it? I think so. Good. Let me know if that changes. No drama, no judgment, no constant reassurance demands. Just acknowledgement and space. 2 months now. It is different with Rowan. Steadier, she has her own life, work, friends. Together feels like addition, not consumption. Which brings me to this update. Last week, Rowan mentioned something strange. Her lab's Instagram gets posts about restoration projects. Someone commented on several recent ones. Nothing overtly inappropriate but targeted. Beautiful work. Does your team worry about construction industry environmental impacts? Interesting approach. Considered partnerships with energy efficiency consultants. Different accounts. All created within a month. No posts, no followers. Consistent writing style. Rowan asked if I knew anyone testing boundaries. I recognized the phrasing immediately. Emphasis patterns, passive-aggressive framing disguised as innocent questions. I told Rowan about the pattern, so we document it, she said. I looped Lauren in. She connected with legal. They sent cease and desist notices to the handles, filed Instagram complaints. Accounts went silent within 48 hours, but it didn't stop. Last Tuesday evening, I left my building's parking garage around 7. Late work, thermal modeling recalculation. Garage mostly empty, few scattered cars. Halfway to my car, I heard footsteps echoing. Quick, light. Then a voice. Jude, wait. I turned. Sienna stood near the stairwell entrance, maybe 20 feet away. Jeans, dark jacket, hair pulled back. Different. Thinner. Older, though only 9 months had passed. How did you get in here? The garage requires a key fob. I followed someone through. I just wanted to talk. You will not answer messages, because you are not supposed to contact me. I pulled out my phone, opened voice recording, made it obvious. Are you seriously recording this? Yes, she stepped forward. I stepped back. This is insane. Jude, I am not some stalker. I made a mistake. I handled the conservatory badly, but you are acting like I am dangerous. You followed me to Seattle, showed up at my workplace, created fake accounts to harass my girlfriend's page. You are in my parking garage right now. What part seems not dangerous? I just want to talk. As humans, without corporate protocols and lawyers and HR controlling everything. I don't want to talk. I want you to leave me alone. I came all this way. You followed me all this way. Not the same thing. She was crying now. Real tears, not manufactured argument tears. Part of me felt cruel. The larger part stayed alert. I am calling the police. Leave this property now. I dialed non-emergency while she stood there, gave address, explained calmly. Former girlfriend, harassment pattern, currently trespassing private garage. They will be here in 10 minutes. You should go. She stared like she had never seen me before. You are really doing this. You did this. I am protecting myself. She left before police arrived. I stayed near my car, phone recording, empty garage, waiting. 2 officers showed up, woman, maybe early 40s, Officer Delaney and younger male officer. I played the recording, showed documentation timeline. They took notes, asked about prior incidents, confirmed contact preferences. We cannot arrest for trespassing unless property management presses charges, Delaney said, but we can issue verbal warning. If she returns, call immediately. Document everything. Consider a restraining order if this continues. They filed formal report. I got the case number, photographed business cards, added everything to documentation folder. That night, I couldn't sleep. Kept replaying the garage, her face. You are really doing this like I was unreasonable. Rowan came over around 10 Saturday with me on the couch. Eventually, this isn't your fault, right? I proposed to someone who wasn't ready. Maybe I pushed stop. You asked a question, she answered. Everything after was her choice. I wanted to believe that. Still working on it. Thursday morning, Lauren called. Sienna's agency had been informed of the police report. Administrative leave pending behavioral assessment. Active contracts quietly redistributed. Friday, Rowan received an Instagram DM, anonymous account. Ask him why his last girlfriend left him. He will pressure you into things you are not ready for. Rowan screenshotted, showed me, then responded publicly. Healthy relationships are built on choice, not pressure. Maybe work on that. Blocked the account. Never mentioned it again. This morning I cleaned old files and found that sealed envelope from months ago. Still in the folder, I held it, feeling slight weight of whatever paper inside. Then I wrote on the folder tab, "Not mine to carry," filed it back. Maybe I will throw it away eventually. Maybe not. But I am not carrying it around anymore. Rowan and I are planning a San Juan Islands weekend next month. She wants to show me the restoration site. I am looking forward to it. Being somewhere clean and quiet with someone who understands boundaries aren't punishment. They are healthy architecture. Not the ending I expected kneeling in that conservatory, but maybe a better foundation than I knew how to build back then. Final update: 3 years ago, Sienna became a closed chapter. Not forgotten, but filed where old things belong. Then yesterday morning, a coworker forwarded me a link. "Hey, isn't this your ex?" The link led to a Baltimore art gallery. Special exhibition, The Greenhouse Collection, a study of moments we ruin ourselves. Artist, Sienna Reed. I clicked through gallery previews. Most were abstract. Shattered glass patterns, pressed flowers in resin, conservatory photographs with distorted perspectives. The centerpiece was different. Life-size installation, recreated proposal scene, wire and transparent fabric figures. One kneeling holding something small, one standing, head tilted back. Suspended glass panels overhead, some intact, most fractured. Artificial orchids scattered across floor. Caption: "Sometimes the moment that destroys you also defines you." I stared at that installation, then closed my laptop and went back to drainage specifications. That evening a package arrived at my office. Mailroom called, said someone delivered personally, asked for it brought directly to me. No name, but description matched Sienna. Dark jacket, about 55, left before questions. Inside, a frame. Behind glass, single pressed orchid, exact conservatory variety, cream cardstock. Handwritten note underneath: "I finally understand what you saw that day." I brought it home, showed Rowan. She read carefully, looked at me. "What do you want to do with this?" "I don't know." "Then let's put it to rest properly." Maya was getting married in 2 weeks. Back in Baltimore, we had already planned the trip, arranged care for Eli, booked flights. Rowan suggested arriving a day early. Make a stop. The Rawlings Conservatory had been renovated. New glass panels, updated climate control, expanded tropical section, a plaque near entrance dedicated restoration to Mr. and Mrs. Callahan, the elderly couple from that bench 3 years ago. They had left money in their will. The dedication called them longtime patrons and quiet witnesses to countless moments of joy. I wondered if they had told anyone what they witnessed. Probably not. Some people carry others' pain quietly. We walked familiar paths. Different orchids now, new varieties. Afternoon light still hit glass, the same way though, cascading patterns across floor. Near the tropical section was a small water feature that hadn't been there before. Rowan pulled the framed orchid from her bag. We had decided together. I opened the frame carefully, removed the pressed flower, let it fall into water. It floated briefly, then slowly sank. "That is where it belongs," Rowan said. "No audience this time," I said. We left through main entrance. I didn't look back. That night we had dinner with Maya at her favorite restaurant. When my phone buzzed, news alert, I almost ignored it. Then saw the headline: Baltimore artist Sienna Reed passed away last night after short illness. Final exhibit will remain open through month. I read twice. Rowan saw my face, looked at screen, quietly took my hand. Maya noticed. "What is wrong?" "Sienna died." The words felt strange, real but distant. "Oh." Maya put down her fork. "How do you feel?" "I don't know yet." We finished dinner. Went back to hotel. I sat on the balcony while Rowan checked in with our neighbor watching Eli. Baltimore skyline stretched out. Same city where I had planned a future that never happened. I pulled up my photo archive, that old conservatory picture, only one I had kept. Sienna absorbed in sketchbook, light filtering through glass. I looked at it long, then deleted it. "Some stories end themselves," I said quietly. Rowan came to the balcony, stood next to me. We didn't talk about it. Just stood together watching city lights reflect off water. Next day was Maya's wedding. Beautiful ceremony, happy chaos, too much champagne, life continuing. We flew home Sunday evening. Eli ran to us, talking fast about everything he had done. Rowan got him ready for bed while I unpacked. Normal evening rhythms built slowly over years. Monday, I went back to work, energy modeling, building performance analysis, systems that either work or don't, no ambiguity. Tuesday, Rowan's lab published San Juan Island's restoration results. Wednesday, Eli learned to write his name. Thursday evening we went to the beach near our house. Same one where I would met Rowan at that cleanup 4 years ago. Eli played in shallow water, completely absorbed the way kids get learning how world works. Rowan waded in to help him build something. Sunset happening behind them. Golden light glinting off water, off her hair, off small waves breaking around their feet. I took a photo, not for documentation for keeping, for remembering this is what I built instead. What came after? You cannot control what people do with the truth, only whether you live by it. Sienna made art about a moment that broke us both. I made a life about moving through breaking toward something solid. I don't know which of us figured it out first. Maybe neither. Maybe we both did what we could with what we had. But standing there watching my son and wife play in water, I knew which version I wanted to carry forward. Not glass panels and public humiliation and desperate attempts rewriting history. Just steady work of showing up, setting boundaries, building something real with someone who understands love isn't about grand gestures and conservatories. It is about choosing each other quietly and consistently through ordinary days that actually make up a life. Full circle, different glass, better foundation.